Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be testing out and reviewing the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I've had a lot of questions about this particular concealer in the past, but I've never been able to answer them because I'd never tried it before. But they recently did launch additional shades to this concealer. So now there's a total of 12 shades in the line that you can choose from. I figured that is really good, and I should definitely get on top of a review because now there are more shades for us to choose from. So kudos to Maybelline for doing that. Although 12, I still think 12 isn't enough, but it's better than 6. That's what they had before. This concealer retails for $6.99, so $7 US at the drugstore. It now comes, like I mentioned, in 12 different shades. I grabbed mine in the shade medium to try out today. You get 0.23 fluid ounces worth of product, and I would tell you the shelf life, but it's not listed. I would assume perhaps 6 months, maybe. The benefits for this concealer straight from the website state that it is going to make your skin look perfected with this natural coverage liquid concealer. It is an oil-free formula that conceals redness, flaws, and blemishes. It matches all skin tones. It is dermatologist tested, ophthalmologist tested. It is non-comedogenic, so it's not going to clog up any of your pores. And it is also fragrance-free. It's a perfect time for me to try it out because, as you can see here, I've recently been breaking out. If you follow me on Snapchat, you know what that's about. Anyway, so it's going to be perfect for me to test it on those areas. It doesn't really give you a whole lot of information as far as whether this is going to give me sheer coverage, medium coverage, full coverage. It does state that it's going to give you natural coverage, so my assumption with that is that it's not full coverage. It's not a full coverage concealer. Maybe it'll be sheer, maybe we can build it a little bit up to medium. We'll see how that goes and how it works underneath the eye area and also on the blemishes that I have on my forehead. Before we get started though, I am going to just simply jump off camera really quickly in order to apply some foundation onto the face. And also I'm going to be color correcting the right under eye area. I'm going to be wearing this concealer per usual with and without a color corrector to see exactly what kind of coverage I get and how it wears throughout the day with and without. And I'm also planning on setting this concealer with some RCMA No Color Loose Powder. So now I'm simply going to jump off camera, apply what I need to, and I'll be right back in order to conceal. Okay, so now I am back with foundation and color corrector on the right side. For foundation today, I decided to go with my Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I wear the shade MN3. And for color correcting, I'm going with my trusty Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in the shade Medium to Deep. So that is what I'm wearing on my face and underneath this eye area. So now it is time to conceal with this concealer. It comes with a really tiny little doe foot applicator. I'm just going to apply it in the way that I normally would, which is just a little triangle here underneath the eyes. It's quite liquidy. It's not thick at all. I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay, and now I'm just going to blend it out using my damp beauty blender. Blends out really nicely, and it is very, very light coverage on the skin. Holy cow, it's burning. It's like stinging on this side. I guess I better hurry. What the heck? Yeah, I can feel it stinging like right here. And I've had it on for like maybe 30 seconds. Oh man, it stings. What is going on? I've never had a concealer do that underneath the eyes. It hurts. Oh, what the heck? Ouch. Like right here. But now that I've blended it out, it doesn't hurt anymore. That was weird. Okay, so you're definitely not getting full coverage out of this concealer like I predicted based on their natural coverage claim. I would say this is fairly sheer. Yeah, pretty sheer coverage. I think I'm just going to leave it at the one layer since that kind of burned. Yeah. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of this onto the blemishes that I've got going on right here. Got another one right here. I'm just gonna blend these out with my finger. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to set it with a little bit of my RCMA No Color Loose Powder. Just grabbing a little bit of that with my damp beauty blender. Shaking off the excess. Just patting that underneath the eye. Okay, and you know what? I'm actually not like too disappointed in the amount of coverage that I am getting with this concealer. This definitely is very natural, very light. It doesn't feel heavy underneath the eyes whatsoever. So definitely something that I could see myself wearing on a regular basis if I'm just going to be running errands or picking up my daughter from school and I want to look presentable. This would probably be something that I would do. So now I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at the under eye area after initial application. Okay, so this is what it is looking like. Definitely getting better coverage with the color corrected side than I am without. As you can see, it is very like sheer to perhaps even medium coverage if I were to build it up. I'm not going to though, but it is very, very light natural coverage that you do get with this concealer. Okay, so now I'm back with a full face of makeup and so far, so good. The concealer still looks pretty much the same. It is currently 10:40 in the morning. I do plan on wearing this concealer for an entire 8-hour day, and I will be coming back at around halfway through the day in order to do a check-in, give you all an update as far as how the concealer is wearing, and also give you all some close-ups of the under eye area. So I will see you all back here in a few hours. Okay, so now I am back from my midday check-in. It is currently 2:51, so I've had this concealer on for a good 4 hours now. Now, before I get into my midday opinion, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look underneath the eye area after 4 hours of wear. Okay, so this is what the under eye area looks like. As you can tell, it looks pretty dry. The concealer seems to have really accentuated my fine lines, the ones that I have underneath my eyes. The product has settled into the lines as well, especially if I look up and I do this, you can definitely see where the product has settled in. And it's wearing off here and there. Just overall not looking as smooth and as nice as it did at the beginning. Alright, so that's what's happening underneath the eyes as of right now. As far as the blemishes, those I feel like are still looking pretty concealed. However, I feel like the foundation is also doing a really good job at concealing them as well, like the foundation and the concealer together, because I didn't just put concealer on them. So that still hasn't worn off. Everything looks still okay along the forehead. Under eye area, completely different story. So yeah, that's what I have going on as of right now. I do plan on finishing off my day at around 7 o'clock, like 6:30, 7 o'clock, just to give this concealer a good 8 hours worth of wear, see what else it does throughout the remainder of the day. And yeah, we'll see how we end the day with this concealer. So I will see you all back here at the end of the night for my final overall opinion of the concealer. Okay, so now I am back from my final check-in. It is currently 7:13. So I've had this concealer on for a good 8 hours now, and I am ready to wash all of this off. I'm ready. It's been a long day, and it has not been like a good makeup day. You know, when you have like a bad makeup day and you're just like, oh, I can't wait to get home and wash everything off. That's how I feel today. So anyway, I'm going to zoom you all in now so that you can get a better look at the under eye area after 8 hours of wear. Okay, so this is what it looks like after 8 hours under my eyes. As you can see, it hasn't gotten any better, and I feel like it's gotten just a little bit worse. It continued to break here along the bottom. It continued to just wear off here, and then like that little worn off patch there got a little bit bigger. I don't know what that's about, but it's there. The product definitely collected in between my lines on both sides. More so on this side though, because I also have the color corrector. I did set it in order to try to prevent that from happening, but didn't seem to help. And just the under eye area overall does not look very hydrated. It looks quite dry and just not the best. As far as the blemishes along the forehead, that seems to continue to be concealed fairly well. You can kind of see this one a little bit and perhaps this one a little bit, but overall it held up nicely along the blemishes. Can't say the same about the under eye, but along the forehead it did wear well. So there you have it. That's what my under eye area looks like after a good 8 hours. This concealer is not something that I will be reaching for, especially if I have a really long day ahead of me. Even if I do want just like, you know, nice, sheer, light, medium coverage, no, it's just a no for me. It didn't really wear well, not underneath my under eye area, made it look dry, kind of wore off, definitely broke up. The product itself just didn't look as nice and as smooth as it did when I initially applied it. I would have loved to have it look like that the entire day, but it kind of just started looking a little worn after about 2 hours or so. So perhaps if you're not planning on doing something for the entire day, if you're just going to be out for an hour or two and you want to just put something underneath the eyes really quickly in order to conceal, then yeah, sure, it might work. But if you're planning on using it for a longer period of time, just no, I wouldn't recommend it for a long day. So those are my thoughts on the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future product reviews, makeup tutorials, and beauty related videos. And also don't forget to follow me on all of my other social media platforms. I am All Beauty by Sarah with an H on Instagram and All Beauty by Sarah without the H on Snapchat and Twitter. As always, take care and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.